I am burnt out. And I'm gonna be honest, I definitely pushed myself a little too hard these past few months. Actually, this past year, honestly. And creating art is kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. Having creativity is kind of hard right now. But I still wanted to share with you guys how I'm actually dealing with this burnout and how I have been dealing with it for the past couple weeks. So stay tuned if you're also an artist who's also burnt out, to figure out how you can actually deal with that burnout. So how did we get here? As many of you guys know, I put on my first ever solo exhibition this year. The video for that may or may not be coming out on YouTube, but it's on my Instagram. So yeah. And the many months leading up to this exhibition, to say the least, they were tough. They were very stressful. You know, planning everything, running it myself, creating all the assets, creating all the art, while also in school full time, working a job as a graphic designer, which also, you're also doing creative things, so your creative energy is just being drained. And then doing all this at the same time was definitely like a recipe for burnout. On top of that, I haven't really slept. My sleep has been very minimal. I think during the school year, I think I averaged like 4 hours of sleep a night. So yeah, not well. So I feel like I haven't really had a break. The good news is I sat down the other day and I was like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep waking up very sluggish, not working out, not doing what I need to do. Can't keep doing this. And I understand that I'm burned out, but I have been trying to combat that the past month. And I wanted to share with you guys what I've been doing. So the first thing that I would say that I've been doing has been taking intentional breaks. If you know me in real life, you know that I am a busy person. I like to do things. I like to do a lot of things. I'm a go girl, which is not a good thing in some regards, which I'm trying to break out of. I think this is something that I need to go to therapy for, but I feel like when I take breaks, I'm wasting time, if that makes sense. Taking breaks is a hard thing for me to do. What kind of sparked this whole realization is that right after my art show, my body literally just completely dipped out of the picture. She was like, you have been working yourself so much, so I'm gonna make you sick to force you to rest. So I was out for 2 weeks, sick, and it got to the point where I had gotten so stressed that my muscles in my shoulders were so tight that they were pinching the nerves in my arm, and my arm went numb for 3 days. Yeah, so the need for rest is there. I don't want that to happen again because I was not okay. And it got to the point where I was feeling bad for being sick and not showing up to work. Is that not mental illness? I was feeling terrible because I was like, oh, I need to be at work. I need to work. And I'm like, you're literally sick. Calm yourself, sit down, relax, chill. In order to not have that happen again, I have been trying to schedule in intentional breaks into my week. And that means that Sunday is my no work day. I'm Christian and God said it in the Bible. He called it. He said, y'all need a Sabbath to relax, to rest. Don't do work on the Sabbath. And he called that, and he called it for a reason. And I'm starting to take these Sundays breaks more seriously, where it's I don't come to the studio. I'm in my new studio right now. Really great. I love it. But I don't come to the studio on Sundays. I don't do any drawing, any work, anything on Sundays. I don't do school on Sundays. I'm still taking summer school right now. Pray for me. I don't do anything on Sunday. I take that Sunday to either sleep in, spend time with my family, go to church. Y'all be needing to go to church and just relax. At first, it was really hard for me because I'm so used to just every day of the week I'm doing something, and I'm like, I have to rest. So if you are actually struggling with not being able to rest, taking one day and forcing yourself to rest has been super helpful for me. And it's something that you might want to try because there's got to be a reason why back in, I don't know, the 50s or something, businesses were closed on Sundays because they knew we all needed a day of rest. And I think that's super important for us to have. Anyone who's gone through burnout knows that it can be so deep rooted into how you function and your energy. Taking that break has been super helpful. Another thing that I'm actually super happy that I'm doing again is revisiting some of my old hobbies. If you knew me as a child, I was a DIY girly. Everything I DIY'd. My room, I would see things on Pinterest and I'm like, I can't afford that, I'm 12. I would make it myself. I would paint things and make DIY little organization boxes, different things. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, where did that go? I just buy everything now. And I'm like, number one, it's making me broke. And number two, I like the act of making things. And so the other day I picked up my sewing skills again, embroidery, and I made myself a little Bible cover because my Bible is a paperback Bible that I've had since grade 6. And I'm like, this is literally falling apart. Let's put this back together. And so I made me a Bible cover, sewed it, and embroidered it. And it was was so nice. Like, it was so relaxing. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, why did I stop this? But I embroidered these cute flowers on it. And I'm like, this is so girly. This is so me. And I need this for my Bible because it's my Bible and I love my Bible. And I'm just doing these hobbies because I like them. I'm not posting any of them. I'm just doing them because I like to do. Maybe I'll post something because I think it's kind of cool. And it's something that I'm using as like a relaxation thing rather than I need this product to be perfect. This point I'm actually not that great at is going kind of analog. I recently picked, I should show you. I got this notebook like a while ago and I got it custom made by an artist here in Calgary. Super talented. She does like these like Mandela things. I'll link her down below. Like a year ago, I was like, I want a notebook just to like support. And I was looking and I was like, I haven't used this notebook. And so I've been using this notebook to plan my days, to write down ideas, thoughts, just to get my mind off of my screen and onto like paper. I've been trying to read more physical books. I have a Kindle and I love my Kindle. My Kindle is everything, but I have been trying to purchase more. Also, I'm using this as my microphone, if that's what you're wondering. Anyways, I have been trying to purchase more analog books, paper, physical books. I was in Canmore the other day with a couple of my friends and we were at this bookstore and I saw the Percy Jackson novel. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, this book is definitely for 12-year-olds. But I just felt nostalgic and I wanted to just read the book again. And instead of getting it on my Kindle, which is probably cheaper, I was like, I just want to read this book and not think while I'm reading it. And I don't have to read this huge like philosophical book. I just read this really silly story about a demigod. You know what I mean? So I bought the book and I've been reading it and I love it. I just feel like going analog kind of takes your mind off of the go in a sense because it forces you to slow down. And my phone is an addiction. It's an addiction. It's probably an addiction for you too. I'm gonna be so honest. But my phone is an addiction. And I know this because I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do, which is very sad, I don't kneel down and pray. I get there eventually. I don't say hi to my mom. I scroll and it's terrible because I leave that scroll session feeling so drained and it's like, is this how you start your day? This is how you start your day. And so just doing analog things, physical things to get my mind out of my phone has been super helpful in that regard. I guess that's another reason why I started oil painting too, is because as a digital artist, you're never away from your screens. And the other day I started a painting, headphones on, just music, and I just sat there and just painted and it was so nice. It was so nice. And I'm just like, this is how life is supposed to be. But it's an addiction and it's hard to get rid of. So analog things are helpful. In the same breath, another thing that I've been doing to kind of combat the burnout and the imposter syndrome is to just make art for fun without the intention of posting it. I have been creating art for other people for a long time and I'm trying to find my artist voice in the sense of like, what do I actually want to make? Because as an artist, when you do art for a business, you're not just painting what you want, you're painting what you think other people would want, if that makes sense in certain regards. And so I spent the past couple weeks just like painting what I wanted to paint. I have this sketchbook where I've been doing all these master studies or like just painting people and stuff like that. And I'm painting just to paint. And I think for a long time I've been like, okay, what do other people want to see in my art? What is the message that I need to convey with my art? Do I need to make this whole story behind this art piece? But I'm just like, I just want to paint for paint's sake. And so that has been super helpful for me with combating burnout because I'm not on this like, I need to paint this to post this by this date. You know what I mean? So there's that. I would say the last thing that I've kind of been also doing is being more intentional with how I'm consuming media. I love vinyls. I see my record player collection right here, but I've just been listening to records and no, I dropped a container. Look how pretty this vinyl is. Stop. It's so pretty. Like, I love these kind of things, but this is like this album, the yellow and blue. I absolutely love it. I just dropped this though, so hopefully it's still fine. But just like, yeah, I guess this goes back to analog. I guess it's not really a point. But this goes back to analog, just like revisiting things that I enjoyed as a child. I picked up playing games again, like video games. In my adult life, video games is like, I just don't feel like I have the time for it. But I like picked up playing Sims again and picked up playing Minecraft again and I have this like mobile game that I used to play as a kid called The Trail. I spent so much time on that game, but I love it because it's just like so cozy, you know? Things like that has just been bringing me a lot of joy. And it's just like something that I've been trying to work with when it comes to burnout itself. So in conclusion, I just want to give you guys like some words of encouragement if you're going through burnout as an artist. You know, burnout doesn't mean that you're broken. It just means that you need care. And I'm trying to teach myself this too, where it's like, just because I'm burnt out, just because I have no energy, doesn't mean that I'm broken, doesn't mean that I'm lazy. It's just that I need to take care of myself, which I haven't been doing this past like 8 months, you know what I mean? And something that I'm also trying to learn is that, and that this might be helpful for you, but like, you are still an artist, even if you're not producing a crazy amount of art. And as a, I guess, social media artist, an artist who sells prints and stuff, if I'm not producing, I'm not making money, and I'm like, I don't like that. But I'm like, I'm still an artist, even if I'm not producing this crazy amount of artwork, you know? And when the time comes when my mind is more creative, when my mind is more at ease, that creation process is so much more easier. It's so much more seamless, and it doesn't feel like work. And also just to know that rest is actually part of the creative process. I've been learning that you can't actually create and think of things if your brain is not at rest, if your soul is not at rest. And it's something that I've been trying to like wrap my head around. It's like, I actually can't create the way that I want to create if I'm not rested, if my soul is not rested, if my mind is not rested. And it's just like, remembering that as an artist is so key, you know what I mean? And if you are experiencing burnout like I am, because this one, it goes deep, just know that you're not alone, that you're here, and that I see you. And I feel exactly what you're going through. Maybe not exactly, but there's something there. And I think as artists who are experiencing burnout, having other people who are either going through it or have gone out of it is something that you can like reach towards, because it's sometimes easy to feel like you're the only one going through it, but you're not. Anyways, oops. Forgot this was my mic. Anyways, that is all for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And YouTube thinks that you'll like this video, so yeah, you can go check out that video as well. But I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.